Okay. Control room accreditation 756398.
398. Bam. Validated.
It's disarmed, sir.
All right.
Good. Now, disable the launch controls.
Control secured, sir.
All right, we're leaving. Move out to the rescue sub.
But where are we going, sir?
We disobeyed direct orders. If we surface, we'll face a court-martial. We're deserting.
A court-martial?
We choose with our conscience. It's done. Let's go.
Okay, so we got 2 deserters.
They doing something bad, or maybe good. I can't tell.
Well, they stopped a guy from launching a torpedo against our allies, so I'm guessing it's good. But the fact that it was disobeying a direct order, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the military, so...
Right?
Looks like we got 3 tasks here. Radio, communications.
So we have
Geolocation.
79 minutes to open this door. Plenty of time.
Military strategy.
Okay. Oh, I have a... I have a box. Okay. Oh, and I just figured out where it went. Sort of, kind of. Hope it went there. Wait, can I pick up more than... No. Alright, well, I have a cabinet, or... Oh, they only fit in a certain way. Thank God. Okay. They decided to scatter me some puzzle pieces. So I guess... That gave me a whole bunch of buttons, but I can't do anything without... Looks like internet and sound, so... I'm guessing we gotta fix them first. Okay. So let's see, codex. Let's work on the codex. We have 7187. And we have another grid. Soil.
They're really making me click some buttons today. All right, so it looks like I can drag soil, sand, and water. And put them on this grid thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Very confusing grid, but yeah. So trash that. All right, so it looks like you're gonna have to guide me where the soil, sand, and water goes.
Okay. Well, I don't know where water is, and my sand and soil won't stay on the map. Oh. Hold on. Can I clear this? No, yes, I can. Oh. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. Tell me it's like an Etch-a-Sketch.
What?
Oh, it's an eraser.
Maybe.
It's an eraser. I thought it was a slide button. Okay. So right now, do you have anything marked on your screen at all?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of letters and then numbers for like the layers.
Okay.
It's like in a circle, kind of like a spider web.
Okay. But you don't have anything that's like where this stamp would have stamped down a circle or a radius?
Yeah, I did. I do, actually.
Okay.
So it'd be K through D. So K, C, and D.
K, C, and D.
And it'd be in layers 3, 2, and 1, and kind of 0 also.
Okay, that doesn't help me. All right, so I've got... Maybe this will help you. So you have sand, soil, and water?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how... I'm going to assume that you have a dot in the middle just like I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you put the sand dot on H2...
H2, which would be this one. So my sand is like a... Oh, the dot. Okay, yeah. Dot, 2,
Mine's
H2.
like an oval standing on its edge. So that one kind of goes
All
up
right,
and down.
I have a big circle with a dot in the middle, so I put
Okay.
it on H2.
Okay. So put your soil dot on F4. And then I think what this thing is trying to tell me is that where those two intersect on a dot, that's where I need to put my water.
They intersect on a dot. What does that mean?
So with my sand on H2 and my soil on F4, it gives me two circles that intersect, and they're showing they intersect at G3. So what I'm asking you is there a point where the two circles overlap each other that would be on a point on like a grid mark?
No, mine are like far away. They're not touching at all.
Okay. So basically, you said yours looked like a spider web.
Yeah.
Mine looks like a battleship grid. I've got columns for A through L, and then rows 1 through 7.
Okay. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, but
Okay.
that
So
doesn't make much sense, but okay.
So what do you have on G3? What does it show for G3?
G3 is, I mean, there's nothing there, but there's like yellow. So I would say there's like sand there,
Sand.
actually,
Okay.
but not my marker thing.
That's not where I marked you. Okay. Do you have anything for water?
Yeah, I have a lot of water on like the outside.
Anything
my-
marked for the water symbol?
No.
No.
I have to place the water symbol.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's my problem too. So, like I said, I've got two markings here, but I don't know what the G3 is for. And the G3, like, honestly, that's where the sand and the water intersect, even on the map. So, sand and water intersect technically there. No, I don't like that. Are there any notes in your notebook or anything that...
So in the notebook, the manual, no, notebook, probably be this. During a dive, it's not always easy to determine the submarine's exact position. The crew may then call on the base for assistance. Each side's data inevitably overlaps at certain intersection points, allowing for a precise determination of their location.
Okay.
And that's all it says.
Okay. So that would mean that the sand and the soil, the coordinate, if you erase everything you have and start with G3, I'm not sure what you need to put there though. Whether it be sand or soil, because it's both. Unless you can you...
Ooh. Okay, when I put sand there,
Uh-huh.
A red dot happened on D2.
D2? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. D2, I'm gonna put soil. Hold on, it's very hard to... Okay. Now I have a red dot on E3. Maybe you have to match what's there if it's water, sand, or soil.
Yeah, mine's soil, so
Okay.
K2.
K2. K2. Cool. K2. Not H. I'm looking at H. K2 is water. Okay, I2.
I2, which would be sand again.
Okay.
Now I have I4.
I4. Hit, you sank my battleship. Oh, ooh. H4.
H4, which would be Wa. And that gives me A3.
A3, which is water on my side. Okay.
It's actually quite interesting.
Yes. I have no idea if we're doing it right, but I'm assuming. So I have C3 now.
C3, which would be Wa. All right, I got a code. GFBIC.
GFB as in boy, IC.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea where that goes. So GFB.
All right. Well, at least we have the code.
Nice. Well, normally when we do these things, like the codexes, it like goes ding ding ding, and we solve something. You have another dot for me?
No, I'm completed.
Okay. Oh,
Wait.
hold on. There's a
Actually,
thing.
no, I can't.
GFBIC. Ding 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 ding. Okay. Yeah, I just had to stand up and look at the thing on the left. We're good. That was
Alrighty.
cool. Oh, by the way, there's a machine over here that shows a spider web that I can't really interact with. So yeah, that would have been a nightmare for me to look at.
Well, luckily I got it.
Yeah, luckily you got it.
Looks like we got 2 more things: strategies and parameters, and radio
Okay.
communications.
That's the hint machine. We don't need that. Let's see. I have a machine that. Hello. Oh, pardon me. I need to use a screwdriver. I need to take some things apart. Let's see. We got some thingamajigs. Oh, fuses. Okay. And diodes and electrodes and capacitors and okay. Do you have anything like a circuit board? Any?
Circuit board. I believe
Yeah.
it's radio communication.
Could be. Yes, radio parts. Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I have LEDs. I have capacitors. I have what I'm going to say are processors. I have resistors. If I remember my electronics. And
So
then
this
I've
is
got
what my instructions say.
Okay.
Maybe it'll help us like just narrow
All
it
right.
down.
I'm clearing my brain. We're going to listen to the instructions.
Alrighty, here are the instructions.
Okay.
For the core type, see the number of core slots. For the resistor, see the number of wires. For the LED type, see the number of buttons. For the transistor type, see the number of DVI ports. For the
Okay.
round battery, see the number of fans.
Okay. So let's start with the first one.
Okay, core slot.
Core slot. I'm assuming if this is a CPU, it's got one core.
Okay, so the ID is AYS85.
AYS85?
Yeah, does that help you at all?
No. So is there by chance, like, does it list something that shows that number as like a model number of something?
Yeah, it kind of says ID number. Well, it says ID number, but it has
Okay.
3 letters and then 2 numbers.
Okay.
All of them have it.
Okay, so does that narrow down, like, on your side which computer I'm looking at?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so I'm guessing what they're calling the core is like the CPU, and I have 4 chips, and so I've got one with one tally, so I'd call it 1, 2, 3, and 4. Being so there's 1, Which I don't understand why we would. If there were two, I wouldn't know how to put two in there. You know, the right orientation. So I'm gonna put the 1 in there, which I'm assuming is correct. So what was the second part of this?
Wires.
How many wires?
Yeah. Looks like you can have up to 4 on every one of these things.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna guess these are not wires. These are what do you call it? Traces. You know, like on the circuit board. So I'm guessing these are wires, and I believe we have 1, 2, 3, 4 wires. So what?
Oh,
What?
wait. Maybe I screwed this up.
Okay. Well, you were.
Yeah, I think I did screw this up. Okay, so if the ID number is AYS85 because you have 1 core slot, the core would have 12 contacts. Does that help
12.
you at all?
Okay, my core, what I think is the core, where I would put the CPU, only has 2 contacts, two blue wires coming into it, 2 blue contacts, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
But let's try this because it's going to be easier. So
Okay.
the third thing is for the LED type, see the number of buttons. So how many number of buttons do you have?
I don't. Oh, 3 maybe.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
if you have 3, the LED should be blue.
Blue. Where does the LED go?
That is a good question. I mean, maybe we skip too far ahead because that's the third one, but I figured it would be the easiest to kind of see what we have to do
Yeah.
because it's colors. That's not even right. Got it. Okay, hang on. I get it now. GCT24 is what you need. It actually is blue still, so that's good.
Okay. And you said the battery is determined by the number of fans.
For the round battery, see the number of fans, yes.
Okay, so I have 2 fans, but for the
2
battery,
fans.
I've got a 6-volt, 15-volt, 12-volt, and a 2, I think 0.5, but they screwed up
Yeah,
and put a
do
comma.
15 volt. You're 15 volt.
I'm 15-volt?
Yep.
Okay. Where do I put the battery? Okay, there's only one spot the battery will fit. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. No, dang it, there's 2. I have 2 spots the battery will fit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, on mine, you're only supposed to have 1 battery, it looks like.
So because I have 2 fans, does that mean I get 2 batteries?
You know what? Let's do that, but they would have to both be 15 volt, looks like.
So what if they both had to add to 15? I'm going to get 14.5, or unless that's 2005 volt. See, it's what I don't like. People have been using commas for dots here recently, and like everything they show, and that's not correct. Because instead of being 2.5, this makes me question: is it 2,500 volts?
Well, it looks like 2.5 to me.
Right.
But then you would have to do a 12 and then wait.
12 and a 2.5 is a 14.5, which is not over the 15 volts. I don't know if that's right. I honestly don't even know. Like,
Okay.
do you have a layout? So, like, if I tell you I got 2 fans, can you see anything at all?
So, like, I have a radio circuit diagram, but that's at the
Okay.
very bottom. So I think we need to figure out all this other stuff first. So
Uh,
basically, when you say that you have 2 fans, then it gives me an ID number. So let's
okay.
say 1 fan, for example.
Mhm.
That's the ID number GCT24. So then I scroll down to the second thing, and I go to the battery section.
Mhm.
GCT24 would be 2.5 volt. So
Okay.
you said you had 4 fans, I think.
No, I have 2 fans.
Okay, 2 fans is in the 4th slot for me here. It's ARL 97. So under that, for the round battery, it's 15 volts.
So yeah, that would tell me that it's a 15-volt battery, but I don't understand why I got 2 spots I can put it. Does it tell you like top or bottom?
No, just try using one
Okay.
slot for now.
All right, I'll use the lit up one, I think. Or maybe I'll do that. I'll put it here to where both fans connect. Okay, so what else do we need?
Okay,
Core.
so we need resistance, so the amount of wires that you have.
I'm guessing these are wires. I have 4.
Okay, AYS 85. AYS 85, 3 lines.
3 lines, okay. That goes there. That could go there. Could go. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. What was our other
And the
thing?
final one would be the transistor, so the DVI port.
DVI.
See the number of DVI ports.
I'm going to guess 2, because I think that's what these are trying to be.
HDG 56. So your transistor would be square.
Hold on. I think there are now 3. I think that's another thing.
We're going with 3 then?
Yeah, go with 3. I might be completely
Okay,
wrong.
so your transistor is triangle then.
Triangle, okay.
So you should have 12 contacts, I believe, and then what? 3 lines, blue LED, triangle transistor, and 15-volt battery.
Does it say where the transistor goes?
No. I mean, I see a little circuit board thing, but I have no idea how I would describe this to you.
Does it show the triangle? Because see, I've got 4 possible places: up, left, up, right, down, left, and down, right, where the triangle could go.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what this diagram even means because I have like a star, a hexagon, a square, looks like an LED, and then like some kind of fuse thing.
Okay.
But I don't see how that would help you at all. I'm sure you need it, but I just don't know how this information is useful to us.
I hate to say it, but you may have to send me a picture.
You got it.
I hate doing that though, because it's like, well, how else could we describe it? Because, like, you tell me like how many cores. That core doesn't necessarily, like, this could be a 4-core processor. This could be a 3-core processor. Having just a processor slot does not indicate how many cores the thing has. And I may be. Oh, lovely. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I
Yes.
have more instructions too. I don't know if you want all the instructions.
Oh,
But
no. This is helpful. So that star symbol is actually showing me where the triangle needs to go. That was in the bottom 2. Come here. Okay. So that should be it right there. Radio circuit diagram. Okay. That would be. That needs to go here. The battery needs to go where I have it. Okay. The core, I'm guessing, is this one. I got the. Yeah, I got that right. Okay. So technically, if we had this right, it should be moving, right?
maybe.
Okay. So yeah, the diagram helped me at least figure out where the pieces go because there's multiple choices. That's cool. But I don't think we have it right because oh, hold on.
So we could
Course
just run through it again if you want.
buttons, round battery, LED, DVI port, resistance, wires, transistors. I have a little thing taped here that tells me who's what and what's where, or who's what, not what's where. Okay, so the DVI slots you said, what does that do?
Yeah, just tell me how many DVI ports you have, and I'll
Let's
just
see.
go through it again.
I have 3.
ARL 97. So your transistor would be a triangle.
Triangle. Okay, so that made that. So what was the first thing? We have 1
It would be core
core
slot.
slot. Yes. I have 1 core slot. Does that tell you how many?
AYS 85.
Yes.
12 contacts.
12 contacts. Wait a minute. 12 contacts. That's 3 times 4. Got it. That was it.
Perfect.
Okay, so that has our wireless internet connection has come up, which is great. Okay, now codecs 3914.
3914.
Yep.
All right, so I have like a frequency deal. I can make the waves bigger. I can make the
Okay.
waves more frequent. And then I can also change like the look of the waves.
Okay. So I have waves that go up 1, 2, 3, 4 grid lines, and they're very jagged.
Jagged. Like very straight lines.
Yes, very straight.
And they go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. So those long lines, how many squares do the long lines pass through?
Good question. So they start. Let's see if you just measure off by like a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch, and we count the first line or start at the first line that it might touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually 4 and like 3/8 or 7/8.
Two,
That makes sense.
4 and 7/8.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Looks like I have that.
Okay.
But I don't see anything. Is your line like colored?
It's white.
Okay, that's not gonna help me.
And if it helps, it starts from bottom right and goes to top left. And it's like a zigzag pattern. So it's if you don't count the first one, you count where the line drops down. There's a straight line running from the top +4 down to the bottom -4, if you want to think of it that way. So it runs straight
Oh, do
down.
you see how many like triangles there are in your deal?
Yes. So
How many?
up above, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 if you count. It's the right edge is the last triangle, even though it cuts it off. So there's 4 on top, 3 on bottom.
1, 2, 3. All right, and then yeah, they're like really big. You said they cover 4 squares.
The triangles themselves, yes. See, if you think
Like
of
the
the
straight line.
you think the center line as 0. The top ones are up to 4. The bottom ones go all the way down to like -4. So it's 8 all the way down on on the line that runs up and down.
Okay.
And if
I mean, I'm getting a translation thing. Maybe it's useful too, but
okay,
it's dot dash dash dot.
dot dash dash dot. That's what I need. Okay, now I've changed signatures. We are no longer doing
Okay.
triangles. We are now doing squares. Okay.
Okay.
Squares go from 2 up to 2 down. So 4 total, but 2 to the positive and 2 to the negative from the 0 base number.
And then how many squares are showing?
2.5 on top, 2.5 on bottom. The left side starts off with two bricks, and then it drops, and then you've got 3 bricks. Then it goes up to the top, 3 bricks. So the squares are 3 grid wide, but the first and the second, or the first and the last starting point are only two grid marks wide.
So you see like one full square and one half square, kind of.
I mean they're not all full because there's only three sides of them. Like there's zipper teeth, you know what I mean?
Well,
So they
yeah, but like if you could just assume that it was a full square, how many
so
full squares do you see?
so full square, which technically these are rectangles because they're 3 by 4. I have in the middle, or not counting the last and the first one, I've got one down, which turns into 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, so there's 4 total. And then on the edges, the left side is an up square, but there's only 2 of the grid marks, so there's only 2/3 of it. And the last one, which is going down, there's only 2 grid marks, so it's 2/3 of a square.
Yeah, so I got the sizing right.
Okay,
My left side is always going to be like a half one.
correct.
I just need to know how many tops are there?
There are 3 tops, with starting with
And
the one that's 2 grid, the 2/3 of a one. So it
so
starts
3 plus the half one.
2 plus the half one.
Okay. So then try dash dot dash dash.
Dash dot dash dash. We're good. Okay, and
Okay.
moving right along. Now we have one that's actually more of a wave. This one is just like as curved as it can get it, just up and down, or down, up, down, up, down, up. There are
All right.
2.
So then same thing. Tell me how many tops there are. First, let's go how many tops there are.
Okay, so do you want me to count the ones that are cut off?
So for mine, like the lines on the edges are just lines. So
Okay.
something where you could see an actual like mountain.
Okay, so the left and the right side where it cuts off, these mountains are only 2 big. So they go up 2, they go down 2.
Okay. And then do you
Okay.
see like 2 mountains, 1 mountain?
So 2 mountains in the middle, but it starts off with the top of a mountain, then it dips down to the bottom. So the bottom has 3 hanging mountains, and the top would technically be 4 if you counted the where it starts and where it ends, because it ends right in the middle of a mountain.
All right, try dot dash dot dash.
Dot dash dot dash. Beautiful.
One more.
Nope, that's it.
Perfect.
We've established connection. We've got that going. We've got sound going.
Did we beat the level?
We
or
have,
the codex?
what is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's this. The actual battleship game. Lovely. So I'm showing round 1 and I've got 2 ships.
Better win.
Okay, let's see. I've got the submarine and what is that? Okay, we got
Oh, okay. So I have ship detection area,
okay.
and then I have submarine firing area,
Okay.
and naval strategy.
And I have 3
Yeah.
ships already placed. I have a ship and a submarine that I can place. And then I can validate, and there's 3 rounds. So are you following where I'm at?
Do you have a ship on 3F?
3 F3 hit.
Okay, let me check the other one.
It's the nose of a ship, but yes.
Yeah, and then it goes all the way to H3.
H3. Yep.
And then do you have one on 10K through M?
Yep.
And then 11F through H?
Yep.
Okay, so I see your thing,
Okay.
but... Okay, so you said you had 2 things that you can place down?
Correct. One of them is
Alright.
definitely a sub. I think the other one, I'm not sure what it is. It could be a more sophisticated sub because it does have the butt like the propeller of a submarine, but it looks more like a ship.
Okay, I think I see. So both of those are kind of like diamond patterns. For
Okay.
the firing. For the detection, I don't understand. Like, are you trying to take down these ships but not get seen? Is that the whole point?
Maybe. Yeah, we want to blow up the ships, I think, with the submarines. So we have to be in a certain amount of range without being detected. Well, with the two ships in the 10 and the 11, are they close enough that you could put one range and like get 2 hits?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely hit. Yeah. So the more advanced looking submarine, place that. I mean, this is literally just going to be a guess. So.
Okay.
But place it at like I8. Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
I would just say put the metal in I8.
That's what I was gonna say. Okay, and then where do we want the other one?
Put the metal on C3.
C3. Oh, right there, huh? Okay. You sure about this?
I'm not really sure what they're asking for, but yes.
Oh, got him. Round 1 is 1 to you, yes. Okay, now I have some very sophisticated sci-fi possibly type. We mounted stuff on a killer whale type submarines here. I have 3
You have
subs and
4
3
ships?
I have 3 ships and 3 to shoot. I9 through I9 through K9, C11 through E11, and
Alright, I see the board.
J12 through L12. Okay.
So you have 3 submarines. What do they look like?
One of them looks like plane, what you would think of as a submarine. One of them looks like a futuristic killer whale, and one of them looks like a sink tap. Yeah.
Sink tap.
Yeah, looks like. I mean, it's
So
got
we
the
have
little
one. We have one that we had before and 2 new ones.
Yes.
All right, so the one that kind of looks like a sink tap, I'm assuming that's the right one.
Okay.
Make sure the end. Yeah, actually just put it on A13 to whatever.
A13.
Yeah, so in that very corner.
Okay.
All right, switch the ship that I told you to place first with the ship we had before.
All right.
All right, so that ship that I just had you replace.
Uh-huh.
G7 maybe. Put that in like in the middle.
On G7.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
And then where do we want the killer whale?
2. Put it right underneath the ship on J9. See if that works.
Just right underneath it, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might work.
Yeah, that seems to be okay. Okay, round 3.
Oh, this is stressful.
So I have 4 ships I have to take out. And there's some extra, I don't even know what those are called, but they're like smudges that are up and down.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so I2 has the first ship. I don't know if you only have one that has.
Yeah, no, yeah, I just have one that has the islands.
Gotcha. Islands, okay. And my sub is like
All
the
right.
regular sub and the one that's a sync tab.
Wait, what? You only get 2?
Yeah, I only get 2.
All right. So what I would recommend is put the which one was it? Put the sync tap,
Uh-huh.
the middle on I4 maybe.
The regular one is like a diamond pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a fairly decently sized diamond. So the 3
G.
antenna ship only looks forward and up.
Okay.
So we can put the ship like around it, and then the other ship, just looks forward and back by 2.
Okay. So if I put it at G10,
I believe that
should hit.
should be good. Yeah.
Okay, let me validate. Nope, I got. No, that's no.
Is it close though?
The ship that has. Okay, what I would say was a gun underneath it. Which way does it look?
Forward and back by 2.
By 2. Is it straight forward or is there?
There's 2 forward and then 1 up, 1 down. Same on the backside.
Okay,
So it's
hold
like
on.
6 blocks forward. 2 forward, but 6 blocks.
Okay, and so the ship that has 1 aerial antenna, which is I2, where does it look?
Yeah. It basically looks all 1 square all around it, and then an additional square forward.
So 6 in the front, and then all around the perimeter. Okay. Now the ship that has what looks like a crane on the back of it, and then like 1 tower with the radio tower.
Yeah. That one is 1 down, and then 2 more down, but 6 blocks.
How about front and
So like
back?
a little square. Front and back is clear,
And the top
and
is
above
clear.
is clear.
So only
So
straight
basically,
down.
just think it's 3
Okay.
down, but all 3 squares are.
Is it 2 down
Just assume 9.
is it 2 down or 3 down?
3.
It's 3 down. So it's a
Yeah,
9
just
9
assume
by
9 squares are lit up. Yeah.
Okay. So the last one with the 3 aerial antennas, there's like 1 towards the front, 2 towards the back. What does it look
Yeah.
like? How does it see?
That one. This one's a little bit more confusing, but kind of like sees above it by 2 squares and then forward by 2 squares. I guess if you just block it all out,
Right.
like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 squares. So the back, the very back of it, you can't see it. It kind of starts on the second
Okay.
square on the left.
Does it have any coverage down below?
No.
And going forward, is it just straight off the ship or is there some above it?
Yeah. So it's like forward 2 and then up 2.
Up 2. Okay, and then the top is 2 up and all 3 squares above it. So it's 6.
Just 2 squares above it, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I think I have this now. That should hit there and there. Then this one, we're going to try that. Yep, got it. Sweet. Okay, now we're in the control room.
Yeah.
See, it helped I could click and actually map. Uh-oh.
Looks like I have no other things to do.
Codex 2911. Do you remember the train when we had the last puzzle?
Yeah.
Okay, this is giving me that vibe. Because I just walked through a door and it just said Codex.
Confirm with your partner that you both have the same message before pressing the next button at the same time.
What's your message?
Did you hit next already?
No.
Yeah, I don't have a message either. I
Okay.
think it's just this message. Are you ready to hit next?
So you have the 2911?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh Lord, I just realized that's 911.
On 3, let's
Okay.
hit next, okay?
1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Next. Confirm with your partner that you both have the same message. Next. Okay. Got the cutscene?
General, the mission is complete. Le Triomphant will not launch the torpedo, but the situation on board was far worse than reported. The consequences of following the direct order put the crew in a profound state of moral crisis.
Major, orders are orders.
With all due respect, they chose conscience over compliance, humanity over obedience. In doing so, they prevented a war that would have killed millions. They risked court-martial, imprisonment, perhaps worse, to avert unthinkable disaster. I understand the gravity of their actions, but...
Enough! This conversation is over.
Sir, I will not challenge you as a general, but I am addressing the man behind the rank. Do you truly believe every order should be followed without question, no matter the cost?
Interesting. Oh.
Okay.
GG.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
I was expecting a puzzle. I thought, oh crap,
Me
here we
too.
go. We're gonna have to pull wires. We're gonna have to stop the sub. What are we gonna do? All right. I mean, that one was good. I do miss the killer though. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least this time we prevented a war.
That's true. That's true. I wonder if we could go back and because we had the option to arm the missile or the torpedo. I wonder if we could arm it. I mean, the way I see it is like this is after the fact, but still, I thought it was kind of funny at that section where it was like, "Would you like to arm or disarm?" And as I was sitting there doing it, I'm thinking, we could arm it. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna go do it. I don't think I need any help because I know the language. All I have to do is go in and just be like, okay, nerd. Torpedo unlocked. Let's arm it. Arm it. Torpedo successfully. What?
What happened?
It said torpedo successfully disarmed.
Oh, even though you armed it?
Yeah, even though I told it to arm. So that step 3 actually says, disarm, question mark, push disarm button. It won't let me push the arm button there. The disarm button's the only one that works. In the torpedo, it's wanting the cursor up, right, down, left. Okay, and then the last question, which is torpedo unlocked, arm or disarm or arm. And instead of choosing the disarm, I chose the arm. Let me try it again. Torpedo successfully disarmed. Yeah. So there's a bug in the game.
It always disarms.
Yeah. Whether you choose arm or disarm, it disarms it.
Interesting.
Yep. So I think I got a bug. I can tell them. Yeah. But that's cool.
It's always nice finding things that the developers missed.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they gave us this game a little bit later than they should have.
Yeah. Yeah, if they had given it to me even a couple days earlier, we could have planned this better. Could have had all the stuff done. Could have had it right before it went out. But I don't know. Maybe they were.
They should have given this to us like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then, we could have got everything recorded. And if we did find something, we could have let them know so they could have fixed it quick.
Exactly. All right. Any last words on this game?
I thought this game was good. Uh, yeah, I think it might have been better than the first one. Definitely because I was able to do more things, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
That one puzzle with the torpedo systems, I didn't like that at all. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. I thought it was just too hard.
Yeah.
Um,
It took more. I mean, I don't know how you would necessarily communicate how to beat it, and the fact that it stumped us, but also even with all the hints, like the hints only make sense for the step you're on, and you only get one hint for that step, so you have no help if you're stuck on one of the steps as to what you need to do. So
yeah,
yeah, the fact that I mean, I was lost if I had looked over to this one valve, because one of the hints we were stuck on with the numbers for the password were like, well, if you look at the and it's right here on my screen, but it's like if you look at this thing, and I didn't even know what thing it was talking about. So yeah, that one console, it actually has a lot of information on it, which I did point out with our replay because I wanted to make sure people out there knew. So, but yeah, it's like, man, that would be so helpful if you knew to look there. But overall, yeah, it was a confusing mess, and you have so many words that are as a symbol that it's really hard to even understand, like which way is up in that one. And I think it was just it needs some polish, is what I'm saying. It's not necessarily a bad system, but it needs a little bit better in a way to make it more communicated between the two of us, so that we both kind of know where we're at. Yeah.
yeah. And I feel like the beginning of this game was maybe a little bit better in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like in the beginning there was more things for me to actually do.
Yeah.
And then in the end, it kind of got back to where we were in the last game, where I was just kind of not really doing too much.
Yeah, you basically are the
I did do a
information
little, but
the
yeah,
information giver as opposed to the one doing it. So yeah, but yeah, even like the last room that we the third room, I think, or fourth room we were in, it was like I was giving you the majority of the information and you were doing the majority of the work. I think they need to balance that a little each and every room.
yeah. Was this the game that had like the maze
Yeah, they had the
with the
robot
fans?
maze.
Yeah, okay. So it is this game.
Yep.
I really liked how they did just something completely unique and way different from like the first game.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me feel like I was actually playing a video game.
Yeah.
But yeah, these past couple rooms, it's just like, where did that go?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they ran out of ideas, which is fine.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, a little
that
bit more
is
bouncing.
that is made to be played like on a phone as well. So maybe there's only so much things because I don't know how much you can push, but yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I do think
Yeah,
it
I
gave you
enjoyed
a
it.
lot more to
Puzzles were
do,
good.
and I think the puzzles are still doing pretty well, provided you understand what you're doing. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's
Other than
good.
that, yeah, they were very
I think
creative.
I think it's good. I hope the next game has more of whatever that killer's up to, because I really like to get more into that with Johan and Emily and see what what's next in their lives, or
Coming up next, How to Escape 3.
how 3 escaped. Yeah.
Ooh, even better. We made the title for you. We'll take
Made the
royalties
title.
of 1% each. So,
Yeah.
that's just how it's going to be.